So how do you know if a development project is going to work? You have to start with the end in mind, the end game. So any type of development, even like you see behind me here, there's a lot of redevelopment going on here, big projects. So you have to kind of start with the end in mind. You got to take a look at what is your exit strategy? What are you trying to create? You've determined the highest and best use for the property, which let's say it's multifamily. So you have to study the rents in the area. What kind of rent can you get? And what are the cap rates in the area? So you start there. You determine your net operating income. So if you know you can get $1,500 a month rent for a couple hundred units, then you know what that number is going to be from a gross rent basis. Newer product is going to generally cost you about 40% to operate for brand new Class A type apartment buildings. So that leaves you a 60% net operating income. So you just take that number and divide it by the prevailing cap rate in the market for those products, and that will give you an idea of what that property is going to be worth when it's all said and done and how much money it's going to make. And then you pro forma that out just like you do the rest of the project. Now the tricky part with development, with ground up, is you have to factor in the carrying costs. So did you know that there are loans products out there that you can build the interest reserve in so that you don't have to worry about making interest payments while that project goes along with your investors? If you're raising the capital for the equity, you just defer the preferred return, so it's built in, and it just kind of compounds, it accumulates as it goes, as the project goes along. So that's a deferred preferred return. So if you're promising somebody a 6 to 8% preferred return, or not promising, but the deal is structured that you're paying a 6 to 8% preferred return, obviously you can't pay that while the property's under construction, so that return is deferred. So when the project is done, cash flowing and or sold, that's when they get paid the return, is when that project is finished. So that is a short, brief, back of the napkin calculation on new development and how you want to determine whether or not the project is feasible. It's a quick way to do it. You can pro forma that out to take a look at it. But lending environment is killer right now for these types of projects. There's a lot of great products out there in the commercial market, and there's a lot of great construction to perm loans out there for big projects. The bigger the loan, the easier it is to get, and the easier it is to raise the capital. So get out there, make it happen. If you want to get in the development space, let me know, and I'll be glad to talk to you about how you can get going in the development business, how you can create a development company and become a developer, and do projects just like these that you see behind me here.